Hi, good morning everybody. What about your last class? Did you study everything? Okay. In last class we discussed something like some industries like textile industry. Here is cotton textiles, then jute, and so many things we already discussed. I think all of you read your textbook very well. Am I right? All are read very well. Okay. And also, all of you should study everything from the previous topic. Okay. Today we want to discuss a new topic, that is sugar industry. What is our next topic? Sugar industry. Okay. Here we discussed agro-based industry. Agro-based industry, that is included textile industry, that is the cotton textile industry, jute industry. Okay. Then we want to discuss about sugar industry. Okay. All of you look at textbook. India stands second as a world producer of sugar, but occupies the first place in the production of gur and kansari. Okay. In case of the sugar production, our position, that means India's position, second position, but the first position in case of the production of, yes, gur and kansari. That is Shakkari Kalkanda Kandakana first position, Panchasari Daganadani second position. The raw material used in these industries, bulky and in high is sucrose content reduces. Listen, the raw material used in this industry, in which industry? Sugar industry. Here is used raw material bulky. What is the raw material of sugar industry? Sugarcane is the raw material of sugar industry. Okay. And here is oleic with sucrose content reduces. Okay. This is sucrose content. Where should the mills be ideally located? In 2010 to 11, there were over 662 sugar mills in the country, spread over Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, Maharashtra, etc. Okay. How many sugar mills located? 662 sugar mills. Okay. What are the places it located? Yes. UP, Bihar, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Gujarat. Okay. Then, along with Punjab, Haryana and Madhya Pradesh, 60% mills are in Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. 60% of these mills, 662 in 60% will concentrate. Here is Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. UP to Bihar, okay. 60% of mill located in the Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. Then, this industry is the seasonal in nature, so it is ideally suited to the cooperative sector. Listen, sugar industry is the seasonal in nature because what is the raw material? Sugarcane is the raw material. That's why it is included in the cooperative sector. Can you explain why this is so? Because we know that here is it is a seasonal mill. That's why other time they want to spend other activities. Here, in recent years, there is a tendency for the mills to shift and concentrate in the southern and western states, especially in Maharashtra. This is because the cane produced here has a higher sucrose content. Listen, here, in recent years, there is a tendency for the mills to shift and concentrate in the southern and western states. മില്ലുകളൊക്കെ ഷിഫ്റ്റ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് എവിടേക്കാണ് കോൺസെൻട്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ തുടങ്ങിയത്, ലൊക്കേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ തുടങ്ങിയിട്ടുള്ളത്? സദേൺ പാർട്സിലേക്കാണ്. ലിസൺ, സദേൺ ആൻഡ് വെസ്റ്റേൺ സ്റ്റേറ്റ്സ്, എസ്പെഷ്യലി ഇൻ മഹാരാഷ്ട്ര. വാട്ട് ഈസ് ദ റീസൺ ബിഹൈൻഡ് ഇറ്റ്? This is because the sucrose content here has a listen, here is a cane produced here as a higher sucrose content. അവിടെ പ്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്ന കെയിനിൽ, ഷുഗർ കെയിനിൽ, കരിമ്പിൽ ധാരാളമായിട്ട് സൂക്രോസ് കണ്ടന്റ് അടങ്ങിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. The cooler climate also ensure a longer crushing season. Okay, which type of climate that is more suitable for this? Cooler climate, cool climate that is more suitable, and also it ensure a longer crushing season. Moreover, the cooperatives are more successful in these states. The cooperative sector aanennu parnu, then more successive on cooperative sector. That's why here is more concentrated Maharashtra, because climate is more suitable for the cultivation of cane, and also this type of cane there is included higher sucrose content, and also there is so many cooperative sector. Okay, then major challenges include the seasonal nature of the industry, old and inefficient method of production, transport delay in reaching cane to factories, and the need to maximize the use of baggage. Okay, listen, here major challenges include പ്രധാനമായിട്ട് വെല്ലുവിളി എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് the seasonal nature of the industry. The first one is the seasonal nature. Okay, sugar industry, that is the seasonal nature of industry, that is the main challenge. And also here is old and inefficient method of production. Okay, production method very old and inefficient. What do you mean by inefficient? Itra കാര്യക്ഷമമല്ലാത്ത രീതിയിലുള്ള production method. And also transport delay. ഷുഗർ കെയിൻ ഫാക്ടറിയിലേക്ക് എത്തിക്കാൻ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ആ ഇൻഡസ്ട്രിയിലേക്ക് എത്തിക്കാനുള്ളതിന് അവിടെ ട്രാൻസ്പോർട്ടേഷൻ്റെ ഡിലേ വരും, ഗതാഗത സൗകര്യം വൈകി പോകും. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് ദ അനദർ റീസൺ. ഓക്കെ, ട്രാൻസ്പോർട്ടേഷൻ ഡിലേ ഇൻ റീച്ചിങ് കെയിൻ ടു ഫാക്ടറീസ് ആൻഡ് ദ നീഡ് ടു മാക്സിമൈസ് ദ യൂസ് ഓഫ് ബാഗേജ്. ഓക്കെ, ദീസ് ആർ ദ മെയിൻ റീസൺസ്. നെക്സ്റ്റ് വൺ, mineral based industries. Okay, before discussing the mineral based industry, I repeat the sugar industry. Now here we discussed sugar industry. Okay, sugar industry is a specialty. The main thing over here is the raw material, that is the sugar cane. In case of sugar, in case of production of sugar or sugar production, our position is the second position. India stands second as the world producer of sugar, but occupies the first place in the production of gur and kansari. Okay, then this cane there is included sucrose content, that is mainly used for making the sugar. Then it is mainly concentrated in certain areas. Total 662 sugar industry. The 60% of sugar industry concentrated, allocated Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. Then the main regions of the country spread over the sugar industry, that is Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Gujarat, along with Punjab, Haryana, Madhya Pradesh. 60% is concentrated in the Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. Then we discuss about, in recent years, here is one tendency. Which tendency? This industry is a seasonal in nature. It is ideally suited to the cooperative sector. That's why it is shifted western and the southern areas, because especially in Maharashtra, because cane produced in that region, the higher sucrose content included. Then climate that is more suitable for the cultivation of sugar cane, especially the cooler climate, and also there is so many cooperative sectors. Okay, then we discuss about what are the challenges faced in this industry. Which industry? Sugar industry. The first one is the seasonal nature of the industry. Then old and inefficient production method. Next one, transport delay and also need to maximize the use of barriers. These are the main challenges. The next topic, mineral based industries. What is our next topic? Mineral based industries. Mineral based industries. Sugar based industry over. Next one is the mineral based industry. Okay. When we hear this word mineral based industry, we know one thing, that is the raw material mineral. Mineral based. Firstly, we discuss about agro based industries. Agriculture based. Now, here we discussed mineral based industry. Okay. Industries that use minerals and metals as the raw materials are called mineral based industry. What is mineral based industries? Minerals and metals, that is the raw material. Okay. Minerals and metals use in industries we call mineral based industries. Industries that use minerals and metals as raw material are called mineral based industry. All of you underline that. What is mineral based industries? Yes, industries that use minerals and metals as the raw materials are called mineral based industries. Can you name some industries that would fall in this category? Okay, we know that. Yes, iron and steel industry. Okay, mainly here is included iron and steel industry, aluminum smelting industry. Okay, chemical industry, cement industry. Okay, that is included in the mineral based industry. Firstly, we want to discuss about iron and steel industry. Okay, iron and steel industry. Iron and steel industry. The iron and steel industry is the basic industry since all the other industries, that means heavy, medium and light industry. Listen, iron and steel industry is the basic industry in all other industries. Okay, listen, what are the other industries? We know that here is mainly three types of industry: heavy industries, medium industries and light industries. Okay, heavy, medium and light industries. It depends on it for their machinery. Steel is needed to manufacture a variety of engineering goods. Listen, iron and steel is the industry backbone, feeder of the other industries. Iron and steel industries help this industry. Which industry? Iron and steel industry. I repeat, iron and steel industry is the basic industry since all other industries. What are the other industries? Heavy industries, medium industries and light industries. It depends on it for their machinery. Steel is needed to manufacture a variety of engineering goods. Okay, steel is needed to manufacture a variety of engineering goods, construction material, defense, medical, telephonic, scientific equipment and a variety of consumer goods. Okay, listen, here is steel is needed to manufacture a variety of engineering goods. What are the variety of engineering goods? Construction material and also defense, medical, telephonic, scientific equipment and a variety of the consumer goods. Okay, these are made with the help of steel. I repeat, now here we discuss about mineral based industries. We know that here is so many industries like iron and steel industries, aluminum smelting industry, then chemical industry, cement industry and so many industries included in this category, that is the mineral based industry. Firstly, we discuss about iron and steel industry. Iron and steel industry's speciality, it is the backbone of other industries like heavy industries, medium industries and light industry, and also we know that it is the feeder industry. It is also called the feeder industry. That means it gives raw materials to other industries. Okay. Then here is so many things we could manufacture with the help of the iron and steel industries. Like here is consumer goods, then scientific equipment, medical and telephonic, defense equipments, and also here is construction materials, engineering goods, etc. And so many things we can make with the help of this steel. Okay, here is one activity. Make a list of all such goods made of steel that you can think of. Okay, we know that so many items you want to find this. Yeah, like boxes, then electronic goods, so many things. Production and consumption of steel is often regarded as the index of a country's development. All of you underline that. Production and consumption of steel, it is often regarded as the index of a country's development. Iron and steel is the heavy industry because all the raw materials as well as finished goods are heavy and bulky, entailing heavy transportation cost. Listen, firstly we discuss about the production and consumption. In case of production and consumption, the iron and steel industry, it is considered or regarded as the index of a country's development. A country development is regarded consider iron and steel industry production and consumption based. Okay, then another thing, iron and steel is a heavy industry because all the raw materials as well as finished goods are heavy and bulky. Iron and steel industry, that is a heavy industry. What is the reason? Because all the raw materials and finished goods are bulky and heavy. That's why it is called a heavy industries. The category is included heavy industries because the raw material and also the finished goods that also included in the bulky. Then iron and steel is a heavy industry because all the raw materials as well as finished goods are heavy and bulky, entailing heavy transportation cost. Iron ore, coking coal and limestone are required in the ratio of approximately 4:2:1. Okay, listen, here is mainly used in three things. What are iron ore, coking coal, limestone? What are the things? Iron ore, then coking coal. Next one is the limestone. Okay, where is used one ratio 4:2:1. 4:2:1. This ratio is used. What are the things? Iron ore, coking coal and limestone. Okay. Then, where should the steel plants be ideally located? എവിടെയാണ് സാധാരണയായിട്ട് സ്റ്റീൽ പ്ലാന്റ്സ് ലൊക്കേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്? നേരത്തെ ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്ത ടോപ്പിക്കിൽ ഷുഗർ ഇൻഡസ്ട്രീസ് എവിടെയാണ് ഐഡിയലി ലൊക്കേറ്റഡ്? സെയിം ആസ് ഹിയർ വൺ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ അറൈസസ്. ഐഡിയലി steel industries located. Where is steel industries located ideally? Okay. Then remember that the finished products also need an efficient transport network for their distribution to the market and consumers. Okay. Always we want to remember one thing. Good transporting facility. There is need good transporting facility. The steel industries and iron and steel industries good transporting facility. Listen, here the finished product also need an efficient transport network for their distribution to the market and consumers. In 2010-11, with 72.2 million tons of steel production, India ranked 4th among the world crude steel producers. It is the largest producer of sponge iron. Listen, in 2010-11, with 72.2 million tons of steel production. Here is steel production 72.2 million ton. That's why India's rank according to world level, here is our rank is the 4th position. Okay. Then it is the largest producer of sponge iron. In 2010-11, per capita consumption of steel in the country was only around 49 kg per annum against the world average of 182 kg. Listen, I repeat, here is our production increases, consumption increases. So, നമ്മൾ പ്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നതെല്ലാം തന്നെ നമ്മൾ കൺസ്യൂം ചെയ്യുന്നില്ല. അപ്പോൾ ബാക്കിയുള്ളത് നമുക്ക് എന്ത് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്നുണ്ട്? എക്സ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് സാധിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. ദാറ്റ്സ് വൈ ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് മെയിൻലി അഫക്റ്റഡ് അവർ ഡെവലപ്മെൻറ്റ്. ഈസ് ഇറ്റ് ക്ലിയർ? ഓക്കെ. Here is one diagrammatic representation that is included the process of the manufacture of steel. I just read, all of you look at textbook, listen. Here is firstly transport of raw material to plant. അല്ലേ, ആദ്യം തന്നെ എന്ത് ചെയ്യണം? ഈ raw material ഈ smelting plant-ലേക്ക് എത്തിക്കണം. That is the first one. There is blast furnace. അല്ലേ, വലിയ furnace ഉണ്ട്, അത് ഉരുക്കിയെടുക്കുന്നത്. Iron ore is melted. അവിടെ വെച്ചിട്ടാണ് അയൺ ഓർ എന്ത് ചെയ്യുന്നത്? മെൽറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്, ഉരുക്കിയെടുക്കുന്നത്. ലൈംസ്റ്റോൺ ഈസ് ഫ്ലക്സിങ് മെറ്റീരിയൽ വിച്ച് ഈസ് ആഡഡ്. അതിലേക്ക് എന്ത് ചെയ്യുന്നത്? ലൈംസ്റ്റോൺ ആഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. സ്ലാഗ് ഈസ് റിമൂവ്, കോക്ക് ഈസ് ബേൺ ടു ഹീറ്റ് ദ ഓർ. ഓക്കെ, അവിടെ എന്ത് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ടെന്നായിട്ടുള്ളത്? അതിൽ നിന്ന് ഈ സ്ലാഗുകളൊക്കെ റിമൂവ് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. ലോഹത്തിൻ്റെ മാലിന്യം ഉണ്ടായിട്ടുണ്ട്, അത് റിമൂവ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് അതിനെ ഹീറ്റ് ആക്കുന്നതിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ് എന്ത് യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്? ബേൺ ടു ഹീറ്റ് ദ കോക്ക്, അല്ലേ? Then pig iron, molten material poured into mounds called pigs. അല്ലേ, ഒരു പ്രത്യേക ഇതിലേക്ക് മോൾട്ടൺ ആയിട്ട് ഉരുക്കിയ മെറ്റീരിയൽ ഒഴിക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ അതിന് നമ്മൾ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് പിഗ്സ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. നെക്സ്റ്റ് വൺ സ്റ്റീൽ മേക്കിംഗ്. Pig iron is further purified by melting and oxidizing the impurities. ഈ പിഗ് അയൺ വീണ്ടും മെൽറ്റ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് അതിൽ നിന്ന് വീണ്ടും ഇമ്പ്യൂരിറ്റീസ് ഒക്കെ, അല്ലേ, മാലിന്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അതിനെ നീക്കം ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് oxidizing the impurities. മാംഗനീസ്, നിക്കൽ, ക്രോമിയം ആർ ആഡഡ്. അതിലേക്ക് എന്തൊക്കെ പിന്നെ ആഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്? മാംഗനീസ്, നിക്കൽ, ക്രോമിയം കൂടെ ആഡ് ചെയ്തിട്ടാണ് സ്റ്റീൽ മേക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നത് അയണിൽ നിന്ന്. Then shaping metal, rolling, pressing, casting and forging. Okay, ഇതിൻ്റെ ഷേപ്പ് വരുത്തുന്നതിന് വേണ്ടി യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്ന മെത്തേഡ്സ് ആണ് റോളിങ്, അതുപോലെ തന്നെ പ്രസ്സിങ്, casting and forging. These are the important methods. Okay. Then here is one question arises. Why is the per capita consumption of steel so low in India? Per capita consumption so low in India, because here is we just compare to world level per 182 kilogram, here only 49 kilogram per annum. അല്ലേ, വേൾഡ് ലെവലിൽ നോക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ നമ്മുടെ രാജ്യത്തെ കൺസംഷൻ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് വളരെ കുറവാണ്, 49 ആണ്. ഓക്കെ, വാട്ട് ഈസ് ദ റീസൺ ബിഹൈൻഡ് ഇറ്റ്? ബിക്കോസ് ഹിയർ ഈസ് per capita consumption of steel is low. Yes, we substitute of steel other items. എല്ലാ സ്റ്റീലിൻ്റെ സ്ഥാനത്ത് മറ്റുള്ള മെറ്റീരിയൽസ് നമ്മൾ യൂസ് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് തുടങ്ങിയിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അതാണ് മറ്റൊരു റീസൺ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. ദെൻ ആൻഡ് ഓൾസോ ഇറ്റ്സ് ഡ്യൂറബിൾ ആണ്. ഒരിക്കൽ വാങ്ങിയിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ആ പാത്രം പെട്ടെന്ന് കേടായി പോകുന്നില്ല, അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ അത് കുറേ കാലം ഉപയോഗിക്കാനായിട്ട് പറ്റും. ഓക്കെ, കളക്ട് ഇൻഫർമേഷൻ അബൌട്ട് സ്റ്റീൽ പ്ലാന്റ്സ് ലൊക്കേറ്റഡ് ഇൻ യുവർ ഓൺ സ്റ്റേറ്റ് ആൻഡ് ഷോ ദം ദ മാപ്പ് ഓഫ് ഇന്ത്യ. ഓക്കെ, you want to collect the information related to steel plants. Here is one thing. Many steel plants are smaller, have electric furnaces, use steel scrap and sponge iron. They have re-rollers that use steel ingots as well. They produce mined and alloy of the steel given specification. An integrated steel plant is large, handles everything in one complex from putting together raw materials to steel making, rolling and shaping. Okay, that is related to that one diagrammatic representation. There is some boxes we already discussed. What are the materials, how we create, or how here is processes related to iron and steel making. Okay, that only included here. most of the public sector undertaking market their steel through Steel Authority of India Limited. Shortly we can say SAIL, Steel Authority of India Limited, that is SAIL. Okay. In the 1950s, China and India produced almost the same quantity of steel. 1950, we know that what is the speciality of 1950? On that time, just we started the industry. Industry started a time. On that time, in case of the production, steel, China and India is the same quantity. Today, China is the largest producer of steel. China is also the world's largest consumer of steel. Producer and consumer. Largest world largest producer and largest consumer in China. 1950 China produce quantity and the same cheap China world first position produce consume China. Then here today China is the largest producer of steel. China is also the world's largest consumer of steel. In 2004, India was the largest exporter of steel, which announced for 2.25% of the global steel trade. Listen, in 2004, what happened here? India was the largest exporter of steel. Largest exporter of steel, that is India, which announced for 2.25% of the global steel trade. Global steel trade 2.25 export India. Chota Nagpur Plateau region has a maximum concentration of iron and steel industries. Iron and steel industries concentrated area, that is the Chota Nagpur Plateau region. Then it is largely because of the relative advantages this region has for the development of this industry. Chota Nagpur Plateau region, that is more suitable for the iron and steel industry. Okay, I repeat, it is largely because of the relative advantages this region has for the development of this industry. Which industry? Iron and steel industry. These include low cost of iron ore, high grade raw material in proximity, cheap labor and vast growth potential in the home market. Though India is an important iron and steel producing country in the world, yet we are not able to perform to our full potential largely due to: first one, high cost and limited availability of coking coal, lower productivity of labor, irregular supply of energy and poor infrastructure. Listen, here is in case of 1950, just compare India and China. The production of steel and steel, same quantity India and China, but now that is completely changed. China's position in case of production and consumption, that is the first position. But here we know that the availability of iron and steel or potential here is high. But here is no infrastructural facilities and also poor labor condition, then low availability of coking coal, irregular supply of electricity or energy. Okay, these are the main reason behind it. Then here is mainly iron and steel industry concentrated into Chota Nagpur Plateau region because that is more suitable for the iron and steel industry. Nearness to the market, good availability of good raw materials, cheap labor, then good transporting facility, etc. The nearness to the market. Okay, that is the main thing. At the same time, India is an important iron and steel producing country in the world. Yet, iron and steel producing export produce what is the reason behind it? Because high cost and limited availability of coking coal. Iron ore coking coal limestone use 4:2:1 4:2 എന്നുള്ള ആ ഒരു ലെവലിലേക്ക് കോക്കിംഗ് കോൾ അത് കട്ട് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് നമുക്ക് യൂസ് യൂസ് ചെയ്യണമെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ആ കോക്കിംഗ് ബോർഡിൻ്റെ റൈസൺ ചെയ്തിരിക്കുകയാണ്, ഇൻക്രീസ് ചെയ്തിരിക്കുകയാണ് അല്ലേ. അതിൻ്റെ കോസ്റ്റ് ഹൈ കോസ്റ്റ് ആൻഡ് ലിമിറ്റഡ് അവൈലബിലിറ്റി ഓഫ് കോക്കിംഗ് ബോർഡ്, ദെൻ lower productivity of labor productivity that is poor, okay, then irregular supply of energy, regular energy, and also poor infrastructure. These are the main reason behind it. We can't completely use our potential in case of iron and steel industry. Can you follow this class? Okay. We also import good quality steel from other countries. You also import good quality steel from other countries. What is the reason behind it? Because here is a poor infrastructure facility, low productivity of labor, and also high cost and limited availability of coking coal, irregular supply of energy. Okay. Then, however, the overall production of steel is sufficient to meet our domestic demand. Liberalization and foreign direct investment have been a boost to the industry with the effort of private entrepreneurs. There is a need to allocate resources for research and development to produce steel more competitively. Okay, listen. Liberalization and foreign direct investment. Liberalization വന്നു, ട്രേഡ് ബാരിയർ ഒക്കെ കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ആയിട്ട് അവോയ്ഡ് ചെയ്തു. എന്ത് ഫോറിൻ ഡയറക്റ്റ് ഇൻവെസ്റ്റ്മെന്റ് ഇറ്റ് ഹാവ് ബീൻ എ ബൂസ്റ്റ് ടു ദ ഇൻഡസ്ട്രി. ഇപ്പോൾ ഫോറിൻ ഇൻവെസ്റ്റ്മെന്റ് ഒക്കെ നമ്മൾ എക്കണോമിക്സിൽ പഠിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഗ്ലോബലൈസേഷനിൽ MNCs ഒക്കെ സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഫോറിൻ ഇൻവെസ്റ്റ്മെന്റ്, ഫോറിൻ കമ്പനീസ് ഇവിടെ വന്ന് ഇൻവെസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് എന്താണ് പുതിയ പുതിയ മെഷീനറീസ് ഒക്കെ യൂസ് ചെയ്യാൻ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അഡ്വാൻസ് ടെക്നോളജി ഒക്കെ അപ്ലൈ ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് സാധിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. അപ്പം ലെസൺ liberalization and foreign direct investment have given a boost to the industry with the effort of the private entrepreneurs. There is a need to allocate resources for research and development to produce steel more competitively. നമുക്ക് എന്തെങ്കിലും പറ്റും, സ്റ്റീലിന് കൂടുതലായിട്ട് റിസർച്ച് ചെയ്തിട്ട് അതിൻ്റെ പ്രൊഡക്ടിവിറ്റി ഇൻക്രീസ് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ടും സാധിക്കും. ഓക്കെ, ഹിയർ ഈസ് വൺ ആക്ടിവിറ്റി ഫോർ യു. ഹാവ് യു റെഡ് അബൌട്ട് ദ കലിംഗനഗർ കോൺട്രവേഴ്സി? കളക്ട് ഇൻഫോർമേഷൻ ഫ്രം different sources and discuss. You want to collect the information. All of you listen here in your textbook. There is so many activities. You want to find the answer later. Later, after completing all chapters, we will discuss. But before discussing, you want to find the important things. Otherwise, you have no improvement. Okay, you don't worry about later. We will discuss. Okay, but today we discussed here is mainly. Firstly, we discussed about sugar industry. Then here is mineral-based industries. Mineral-based industry, we discussed only one thing, that is the iron and steel industry. That is the backbone of other industries. Then we discussed what is the importance of iron and steel industry, how or what are the process of iron and steel making. Then what is the position of and steel industry, how it affected the economy, and so many things we already discussed. All of you should read your textbook very carefully and also want to study the important things from this topic. Thank you, children.